Hello and welcome to episode 50 of Entertainment of Excellence, the podcast where we talk about films, TV, all of it. Hi, I'm Ollie.
I'm Ben. Don't know where Tom is currently.
And today we are looking back at our best moments from the first 50 episodes and answering some of your questions.
This may contain spoilers. Yeah, that's interesting. So, about to play is a highlights reel for the best moments from our first 25 episodes. But we're going to stop at episode 25 because that is the episode that we did the Q&A, and we are going to do a Q&A. So, enjoy.
Not the same one though.
No. So enjoy the best moments. Does get a bit. It is a bit long, but we have messed up quite a lot and said some weird stuff. So do enjoy. Episode 1: Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
I'm just searching IMDb for IMDb. I'm really stupid.
So.
I mean, I don't really know what to say now. I'm like, kind of.
So.
We've outlined it. What else could we do? Just say. It's like. You're alright? Yeah, probably. Like, there. Or there. Or there.
This is an audio podcast, Ben. I don't know why.
Or there. Or there.
Okay.
In fact, you know what?
How many questions are there?
Let's
do it now.
There's a few. No. I'm a student. Call me. I put drums!
Oh no!
I literally put drums!
No! Well, we'll count them. We got 9 out of 10. Ben accidentally put
I
flute
literally put
for
drums!
his sister. The one that we tried out first didn't actually work, so Ben decided to just do the same as mine. So it's fair to see who he actually gets.
Okay, right, so... Will you stop? In a nutshell, it's... I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Episode 2: Blade Runner with Tom S.
We will be rating the episode. We will be rating whatever we're rating.
This can go on.
You're kind of like unbalanced at what you've done.
This can go on sci-fi, can't it?
We will be rating the topic. What the rating?
How long is it take?
You can do it, Ben.
Come on.
So if it's then higher than.
Come on.
Let's rate the rating, guys.
This is going to be one long bloopers.
Longer than the episode.
If it's then longer than.
Shut up. Go.
We'll give it a rating.
Well, I'm off.
Right. It will then be given the medals, which we have. Oh no! Right, okay. If it's then higher than Dirk Gently in any of the categories we have in the Hall of Fame section on our website, it will then be given various awards.
What?
Right, I'll just cut that whole section out. Okay,
Yeah.
just start.
Well, me and Tom, we've actually seen.
Tom, right.
Yeah, I know. What was I going to say?
You're alright.
What was I going to say? What was it?
What were you talking about if it wasn't Dirk Gently?
It was Dirk Gently, but...
Oh.
It would be quite interesting. Because certainly... No, forget it.
Yeah.
That's not the correct one that you clicked there, Ollie.
Oh, right.
Not that they would start breeding with humans.
Episode 3: Black Panther.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment of Excellence, a podcast we've just set up about our favourite TV shows and I keep on saying music.
Yeah, you said music in the trailer to take something out of the previous one.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't even realise.
Getting quite old. Which is
So we've just watched the Infinity War trailer. So
yes.
Put on the blue.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So we've just watched the.
So
Right.
taking all things into account. And a boom. Yeah.
So thanks for listening to episode 3 of Entertainment of Excellence.
I should probably wrap it down first rather than just leaving. Obviously with the obviously
Episode 4, Psychoville.
And our last segment is going to be a new one. It's called.
I certainly like the tension. Tension. Okay. Right, shut up.
I think. Yeah. I think.
I sound like a horse. I'm hoping to be rating a couple. So, our next category is best character.
Don't say that!
That was again a special episode. We'll hopefully be returning to the normal format next week.
No, again.
What is wrong with my bloody voice?
Oh, this
Oh
is gonna be
man, that's proper.
next week.
Next week. Next week we're going to be doing films. Wait, what was the catchphrase again? Films, TV, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, see ya. I might have to. See ya.
You want to happen again? Oh, it's it.
See ya.
Episode 5, A Quiet Place.
If you've been keeping up with the blog on the website, then you'll know that.
2 years.
The podcast, so
Yeah, we're
it's
gonna
a highly
try.
anticipated return.
We'll try be a bit more active from now on, but that's a pretty low bar to set.
It's only been 2 years. Come on. You were doing your mocks. It's
2 years
fine.
is child's play. We can do 4 years next time.
It hasn't been 2 years of doing nothing. We have been working on this episode the whole of that time.
Yeah, so this is going to be,
Yeah, It's just
it's
been
gonna
hard
win
for
an
us to
Oscar.
speak to
It's
now.
not even a film, but it will win an Oscar.
Mm.
It's that good.
Well, it's
So should we actually?
the Oscars should follow our lead and not just do films and TV, but all of it.
Yeah.
Of course. I'd say probably, should we compromise at 7.4?
Ooh,
Is that allowed?
no.
Am I
I'm gonna
allowed
have to
that?
go 7.39 here.
As a guest, no.
Sorry.
Excuse me, you're a guest. You don't. Your rating doesn't count. You're just in the state
I mean,
of
if you look at-
permanent guest.
If you look at it, I mean that came out a year before, and that
I think that kind of had a similar reception. That's a 7.3.
Hmm.
How would you compare it to it?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I hope its sequel isn't the same as It 2.
Yeah.
Oh, please. What?
Let's try not to go on a tangent there, but
Yeah. Well, needless to say, it wasn't the best example of a sequel.
We have a little jingle for the recommendation section. Let's just pretend we've got a jingle. And that leads us into the recommendation section.
Yeah, the new intro music Tom did, so that's pretty groovy.
With some classic clips.
Yeah, with the Chewbacca noises from episode 2. Only OG Entertainment of Excellence fans will remember this.
Only Lewis G will understand.
Oh, Lewis G, if you're out there, you're a Lewis G.
This episode is dedicated to you.
If you seriously, if you want us to start a Patreon or an OnlyFans, we're here.
we can have a bonus episode every week.
Yeah, sure.
Well, for £1,000 a month, we'll do a personalised episode for you. And we say all entertainment.
So, Ollie, your recommendation?
Recommend before I say something else I'll regret.
Well, he's also proven he can do action with Thor Ragnarok, which
Ben's favourite.
For some reason, Ben hates it. I don't know why.
Well,
I think it's really
I don't
good.
hate it. It's just the weakest of like the.
Don't say the Thors, please.
I wasn't gonna say the Thors, but I'll say it now just to annoy you.
No,
It's the weakest of the Thors. Episode 6, Birdemic. So we're pleased to announce that Birdemic is the best movie of all time. Whoa! Hey!
Oh, no, it's still good. Well done. I'm sure James in the win is proud.
Hey!
Have we got any questions from the chat?
Oh yeah, there appears to be one from Skilldozer123 saying, "What are the 6 most iconic moments in this film?"
Wow, it's funny that you said that.
It's almost as if we'd prepared for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Good.
Oh no, are we going to get NPC Ollie again? Yes, I agree with that statement.
The main one being Chewbacca and his family. Atitricot, Lumpawaru, and Malletbuck celebrating Life Day.
Episode 7, Heavy Metal.
Yeah, and I'm quite worried because this is the one used on like the cover, so I'm worried this is the favourite one, and I'm gonna get we're all gonna get destroyed by everyone for saying this is the famous one.
Oh yeah, all of our fans.
Our 4 viewers.
Yeah,
Lewis,
It's
if
helped
you're
by
out
the
there,
fact that-
please leave a comment.
we're having a big business meeting.
Business HD for iPad. Or if we could get a big business sponsorship.
Big business. Game is Game Insight?
Yeah,
Game
Game
Insight,
Insight.
please.
If
They
you're on
want to
Android,
understand what we're on about.
if you're on Android, it's called Business Deluxe.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you should always read the book first. Come on. Everyone knows that.
Is that what you did?
No, but you should.
I mean, I didn't either. I still haven't read it. Episode 8, Hollywood.
We also get introduced to the director, Raymond, who's half Asian.
Which is pretty
Don't
much...
worry, though.
We won't need to tell you, I promise. He mentions it every second he can.
Oh, by the way, did you know that Raymond's half Asian? I don't know. You might want
I
to
didn't
know that
actually
before
know
you
that,
go.
really.
Well, we might just want to remind our listeners in case they want to go and watch it, or in case they have watched it and have forgotten it, because it's quite important.
Yeah. Mhm.
Also, he's half Asian, by the way.
Yeah, that's the main thing I took away from this.
Yeah. I think he was like lying in his bed, and you were getting the impression he was dying, and I was just like, wow, what? He better be dead.
And he was.
And then he was. So it's just, wow, I killed A. Sandberg. And
By
then
the
when
way, the guy that I've been cheating on with, his voice sounds like mine did on the original podcast.
It's so high pitched. It's ridiculous.
Like, listen to episode 1 or something of Entertainment of Excellence and listen to Ollie. That's what it sounds like. Oh no, I guess you're going to beat me up now. I'm not going to beat you up. Oh, you guess you are a good man then. Episode 9. Good time.
He seems pretty cool.
Yeah. R.I.P. Alec Guinness.
Indeed. When was that? We might be a bit late. We're 20 years late.
A random tangent here. But
Yeah, random tangent on Alec Guinness. R.I.P. Alec Guinness 20 years ago.
Don't ever go on JarJarBinks.com.
It's just not a Jar Jar Binks fan site.
It's not
Wait, we need to-
Jar Jar
sort
Binks.
of.
Wait, before we go, we need to.
Episode 10. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. True.
Is it kind of bad that the poster for Fear and Loathing reminds me a bit of like Vector from Despicable Me?
Yeah, I see what you
It's
mean.
because of the thin neck that.
Yeah. Completely unrelated note.
Well, you did say the only thing you remember from the sequel to Blade Runner was someone ate cheese or something.
No, someone says cheese. Okay, I swear. What's his name? The main actor. What's he called? Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I swear. Okay, he's in a house, right? And I think he finds Harrison Ford at a grand piano, and then one of them says cheese. That is the extent of my knowledge.
I remember that scene, but not that line.
Episode 11. Being John Malkovich. Mentioned Gary Sinise, and he was the guy who played George and directed Of Mice and Men. So watch that in Year 8 English. Good
In
times.
9, actually.
Oh,
yeah, it must have been year 9, right?
Oh, Year 9 was
Yes.
the year of bad movies.
I was getting a bit worried when Vaccine came into his house. I thought he'd just do a Curly's wife again. I stroked your hair.
Oh no.
Can I stroke your hair, George?
I'm sorry, Charlie Kaufman is shorter than me.
How short is he?
A little bit of a tangent here, but he's
Yeah, in
5
real...
foot 4.5 or 1.64 meters. I'm pretty sure I'm over 1.7. I can't remember.
You're over 1.7.
No,
Like-
how tall is it? I've
You're
actually
not
got a tape
over
measure in my room.
1.7. I'm only just over 1.7. In real life, Tom has always been
I'll be with you 1 second.
a little bit diminutive in stature. Let's put it that way. Short film or any form of entertainment, really.
Well, not any form.
Any form
not
of
Jar Jar
appropriate
Binks.com.
entertainment. Yes, just
Most of them.
we're a family.
Well, we do say all of it, Ollie.
Oh no.
Oh,
We'll just be reviewing JarJarBinks.com, but censored. Episode 12, Mile 22. Yeah,
Yeah, we just love Ica.
it involves like someone we know who's a really, really big Bruce Lee fanboy,
And
He provided the commentary over The Big Boss, which we've also seen.
yeah,
With commentary, obviously.
yeah, and he said he was talking about how he'd spoken to a lot of people and they were all influenced by Bruce Lee, and he'd said, I've talked to Aiko, who does Indonesian penjak silat. He's going to be in a film with Mark Wahlberg called Mile 22. So
Wow.
we had,
That's word
we had
for
to
word.
check it out.
Brilliant impression.
Oh, thank you.
The Keeper of the Flame.
But not the World Authority on Bruce Lee.
I can't remember.
Do you
Anyway,
think everyone would have been laughing at this movie when Mark Wahlberg declares that his 3 ex-wives didn't love him? Ha 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 ha. Episode 13. You were never really here.
ooh, all you fans of incest, listen in. I hope that's no one.
Oh no. Episode 14. Stalker.
Credited as Andrei Tarkovsky quite a lot. Oh yeah, that's his name.
That's what I was thinking.
Ollie left the room after like 5 minutes. Because like, well, five minutes of
I went
shot-
to the toilet, by the way. I didn't just storm out because I was bored.
Yeah.
yeah. But so we were just like, well, it's been 5 minutes. Nothing's gonna happen for a while. It just kind of got used to it. Instant he left the room, one of the characters pulls out a gun, and by the time he comes back, it's all the tension's died down. Tom, you said you had one. Tom, is he gone?
Oh no.
Oh, for goodness sake. Right, tell you what.
How are we gonna?
Tell you what, I'll save it. I'll recommend some music I've been listening to.
Okay.
Episode 15. The Social Network. He seemed like more of like I don't know, like a socially awkward autistic person than like a lizard.
Yeah.
He had excruciatingly close boat race.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but it was
very
pretty close
close.
race.
Brutally close. Never seen a race that close. Usually 1.5 mile boat races end with at least 1 or 2 boat lengths in between them, but that was brutally close. That's
So
just
close.
seen Prince Albert
It's a
just
scene.
bullying
I know.
them.
Yeah. Joker was good. Like
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
argue whether it's the best film of the decade or not, but it's definitely better than this.
Yeah.
Don't say this like it was bad. It's not bad.
This.
It isn't like a really
It's
good
not
film.
this. Episode 16. Robot Monster, also known as Monster from Mars.
If I were a human, would you treat me like a human? And then I can't remember. Oh, and then the great one says like, if you want to live like a human, then you shall die like a human. And then he sends evil death rays that summon dinosaurs to destroy the world. I mean, there's some deep philosophical questions in this, such as when the girl says, "Mommy, why doesn't he like people?" And you go, maybe these overweight gorillas in diving suit helmets aren't so different from us.
Whoa. Episode 17. Marriage Story. And we were boring in this episode and didn't have any cool moments. Episode 18. No Country for Old Men.
Whoa, what do you mean we're not experts and we shouldn't be talking about this? Shut up.
I'll have you know, we watched Stalker. We are credible.
We're now movie experts. You know what? I watched Joker and I liked it. That means that you cannot disagree with me.
I have watched Star Wars, so I'm in on the pop culture.
Yeah, if we hit 10 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh,
We've
don't be so unrealistic. Come on.
been on 9 subscribers for like
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
We had more listeners when we didn't make any episodes.
I know, it's so sad.
I just for you.
Yeah, just for you. You specifically. You the listener right now. I love you. Episode 19, The Interview.
I have started reading my first ever graphic novel. You may have heard of it. It's a little book called Watchmen.
I'm so
It's
proud of you.
amazing. Yes. I read it
I'm
twice.
not going to be recommending that today.
Oh.
It is something related to it. It's not just a random.
Okay. Oh, is it the series?
Just to like tease
Yeah,
Tom.
it's the
okay.
sequel.
Episode 20, Kangaroo Jack.
What was the bit that I nearly cried?
Well,
The
you were
whole
like,
movie.
you were bashing your head against the wall after like 5 minutes.
You'll need to be more specific, Tom.
I can't remember. There were just certain points where we'd look at each other. Like I remember looking at Ollie, and he looked so disgusted.
He was like curled up with like his legs to his chest, like rocking back and forth.
Oh, we rewatched the rap bit because the rap started. I looked at Ollie, and he had a look that was like, "Oh, this is actually good."
Damn, this kangaroo's fire.
Stoop that low.
It's just because it was maybe unique. Have we had a rapping talking animal yet?
Wasn't the thing you could get.
Hey, baby. Ooh. Ah.
I wanna
Classic.
know if you be my girl.
And the answer is yes, because we already saw, but
I'm actually ashamed that I was born in the same year that this was made.
you're associated with Kangaroo Jack. I got out the womb just in time.
Oh, I was 6 days into Kangaroo Jack and Hulk. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna watch this episode again and I'm just be like, they sound so tired. They sound so just like the life has been sucked out of them, and it's not just because it's warm. It's editor's note. He did, and he did. Yeah, like just.
Why?
This film does something to you.
I feel like I'm losing what little mind I have left.
I was gonna say a point about it, but I've already forgotten, and I
Yeah.
already don't care. I just want to move on and forget that this exists.
Okay, well, why don't we do just that? We'll wrap it up and we'll talk about the ratings. This is gonna be fun. Thank heavens that's over with.
Should we talk about good things now?
I don't know if I have the energy to.
Neither do I.
I don't want to. I don't know if I can taint my recommendation with Kangaroo Jack.
Episode 21. It couldn't happen here. Don't know if you can hear the background noise. If you can, then I do apologise.
Sounds like you've got an aviary upstairs.
Yeah. Short stories. Write a fan fiction about us and send it in.
No,
please.
don't.
Please.
Okay, fine then.
Okay, maybe a safe for work one because we don't want we don't want the podcast getting taken down. Episode 22. I'm thinking of ending things. And we were boring in this episode and didn't have any cool moments. Episode 23. The Two Popes. And we were also boring in this episode. We didn't have any cool moments. We did mess up the intro where Tom spoke over it, saying he needed to do a plot summary. But apart from that, it's kind of boring. Let's get on to episode 24. Let's go. Episode 24. Nightcrawler.
What's your favourite part of Dante's Peak?
When the volcano Hello. So, we arrived at the 25th episode, and back in the original 25th episode, we did a Q&A, so I think as it's another special, we should do another Q&A, because we're great like that.
Yeah.
So, let's do
Ben
some questions.
clambered out of his snot-ridden bed to be here.
Of course. We have a surprising
Crawled
amount of
across the
questions.
slimy floor. We do have a lot of questions.
We do.
Who's going first?
First, then.
Oh, there's definitely not a list that says who's going to be first.
The first question is from regular questioner, I guess. It's not the second time we've done this, and this is the second time he's asked a question. It's Custard Kong again, and it's will we be reviewing Kong versus Godzilla, which was recently released? So, what do you think?
Well, I feel like it's one of the only films to come out so far this year, so it'd be important to watch, but can I be bothered? Maybe if cinema's open. It'll be something to see at the cinema.
I think it'd be cool to do. Just like to get back into the swing of things, you know?
It pulled in more than Tenet, so...
Apparently it's also got a subplot in it about some podcasters, so...
Ooh, relevant.
It's inspired by us.
Damn. That's
but
so
King
cool.
Kong will win, so...
Yeah.
Whatever. Right. So we go on to the next question, which is related, very much so, and that is, which would be the best neighbour, Godzilla or King Kong?
I feel like, personally, I think it'd be King Kong, because it's, you know,
I
monkey
agree.
and that.
But doesn't Godzilla have, like, an ice ray that can come out of his mouth? So it'd be quite useful for Christmas decorations.
Oh, true.
But not too useful about staying alive, you know? I feel like...
Oh, that's true.
I feel like I could
kill you.
relate to King Kong a bit more. I feel like evolutionary is a bit closer to me, so... we have some, like, topical overlap.
Same muscle mass.
Yeah, because I'm the henchman.
Yeah. You're, you know, 20 tons, right?
Yeah. I'm mad hench, as the kids say.
Yeah, I feel like definitely Kong because, you know, at least he actually shows a bit of affection and a bit of humanity, I guess, whereas Godzilla, like, will probably just kill you.
I mean, to be honest...
he's been at the Empire State Building. That's a good story, isn't it?
Yeah, you could talk about that at the Christmas dinner. I was just gonna say, if I had like a choice and it wasn't between the two of them, personally, I think I'd go with the Roman, because from Robot Monster, you know, I think he's
another ape.
Yeah, he's got that nice overlap between like monkey and like robots.
He actually speaks English as well, which is useful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
not really
things a bit weirdly, but...
a language barrier there.
Yeah.
Although I feel like I could speak to King Kong if I'm like, ooh, you know.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah? What did you say?
Do you think you could string a sentence together?
I said like and subscribe.
Oh, could you say that this is our submission spotlight section, but we've got nothing this week, and you can submit your movie, TV, whatever, but to King Kong.
I
do
can.
That? Go on.
Ooh,
Okay, there.
You know?
Oh, sorry, I forgot about poems. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because Ollie's a. Ooh. All right, next question from Ollie's grandma, which is favorite movie theme tunes.
I don't know if it counts as a theme tune, but in Blues Brothers they use the Peter Gunn theme. I mean, I guess that's a theme tune, but
yeah,
they use the Peter Gunn theme loads in that, so that's something I remember. The Flash Gordon music, obviously iconic.
Yeah,
that's the movie theme tune that sticks with me. But I don't know.
Yeah, I went a bit boring. I said like, I probably went
Don't
more
say Star Wars.
gore
Don't say
based.
Star
Yeah,
Wars.
like Back to the Future is a pretty good theme.
Oh, that's true. Back to the Future's pretty cool.
Cannot remember that.
And also like Inception. It's not necessarily just the theme, but like
Oh,
yeah.
the whole time. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
Star
Oh,
Wars.
actually-
I'm sorry, Ben, but
The one thing that was my favorite is like I don't know if it counts as a theme, but like the little tune in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's like the alien message.
Oh, that's pretty.
I always
cool.
remember
Yeah.
the exact notes, as well as in how it goes all
Just
the time.
perfect
It just
pitch.
sticks with me.
bit of a flop.
No, but I know how it goes. Like in my head, I could always go like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. There are loads of films with cool themes.
What about
as well-
Kangaroo Jack?
Oh God, I watched that again recently. So trying to introduce my
Wow,
partner
man.
to it, and
Now I know why you've got a cold.
it's the Kangaroo Jack flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I'll just say, like, Back to the Future because I'm boring, or maybe... Oh, Blade Runner's pretty cool. Blade Runner's a cool
Oh.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or maybe like Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah, anything by John Williams. He's just a
Yeah.
lad. Or Alan Silvestri.
The next one is from Ariana, and it's what's your favourite and least favourite book to film adaptations? Should we go with favourites first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh,
I feel like I should have prepared
I can't
for
decide.
these.
I've got basically I really like the Lord of the Rings films, but that feels too basic. So the other one I'm gonna say, which is controversial, is The Shining, because
oh yeah,
it has the same characters and like feeling of the book, but it changes it to fit to suit the screen more, and has a slightly different ending. So, and I mean, I just think the directing is really good and really got across the kind of like creeping horror that Stephen King wanted. Even though Stephen King hates the film, I don't care. Stephen King is wrong.
I wrote down The Shining, but I put in the category of just different. I don't necessarily. I probably prefer the book, but as you were saying, the film works with a lot of the aspects. If you're translating it into a film, like you can't just like it's not the book wouldn't be perfect on the screen. So I also put down Blade Runner. I think that's an improvement. The film, and A Clockwork Orange as well. Like I'd probably again prefer the book, but I think the film, another Kubrick one, is a really like a lot of the cinematography and stuff, and that's really stand out. That kind of enhances a lot of things that are in the book as well. So
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read the Clockwork Orange book. I probably should, but it's one of my favourite films. I mean, can't really think of much else on the spot that hasn't been said. As for least favourites, I want to say Left Behind, but I haven't read the books. I don't want to read the books, so...
I'm gonna go for, I guess it's a fairly obvious one, but The Hobbit. I just think,
Yeah.
you know, the spirit of
Yeah.
it is kind of lost because it's also just not even supposed to be like a huge cinematic thing. It felt more like it's kind of like a collection of connected bedtime stories almost, which is
Yeah.
practically what Tolkien wrote them as. So to have like 3.5 hour films or whatever, or 3 hour films, it's just too much.
It feels like too sort of intimate to be like a huge blockbuster. I mean, I didn't mind the first film, but it, especially when it got to like the third film, which is just dragging everything
3 hour
out.
battle.
Yeah, it was when the battle on the book is like 2-3 pages. It just kind of felt forced and wasn't particularly enjoyable.
Yeah, for like a relatively short book, you don't need to make it 9 hours plus.
Yeah.
I put down. I put 2. I put Hitchhiker's Guides. The film to that is like mediocre, but like the books are really good.
I
especially
forgot
the
I'd
first
watched the
film.
film to that. I forgot it existed.
And then the other one. A lot of people say this is like you can't really adapt it. It doesn't really work too great on in a film. But I put Watchmen because
I thought it might
I
be
just
that.
didn't love that film.
I think it's
Uh,
weird because Snyder like recreated it frame by frame and still missed the point.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed that. It's very impressive, so well done.
Oh, I've got one. Holmes and Watson.
Do you okay? Have you seen it?
I have seen it. It's-
Oh, God.
What?
Wasn't that the one where like everyone walked out of the cinema?
Yeah.
yeah.
What
It was
are you
just-
counting it? It's based
What was
on?
least favourite? Oh, it was well, just the Sherlock Holmes books.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess the Sherlock TV show is a pretty good example of. I know it's not a film, but like there's some pretty cool adaptations, especially season 2, where they take like a lot of the more classic stories and like try and reinvent them.
Yeah. Groovy. Next question.
What is a film you like mainly because of its visuals? I do have
Stalker.
one for this. Oh, yeah, well that's a good one, but I've got one which is a Drive. I think I recommended it.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
kind
you
of-
did.
It's got like really cool neon look, and I mean the plot's pretty basic, and the acting is like Ryan Gosling making his typical no emotion face, but it's just kind of like the aesthetic, you know, the vibes.
Yeah.
It just looks cool. So Drive is something that I really like for its visuals.
Yeah.
Speaking of aesthetics, I put Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
I'd say the first one I couldn't put in this just because although obviously a lot of it is very similar in terms of the visuals, I much preferred the plot and the character stuff in the first one. Well, at least what I can remember. The only thing I can remember from the second one is that cheese thing that brings into the compilation.
I really can't remember the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also put Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh.
And then this one might be a bit of a stretch, but like I think the best parts of Casablanca are the visuals and like the cinematography and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, I really like the script of it.
I think the script's all right, but I don't know. I just prefer the more technical stuff and like the look of it.
Yeah, I guess it does look good, but sure, didn't it win an Oscar for best screenplay?
Yeah, like in like
Yeah, it did.
adaptation where they're like it's the best screenplay of all time, but I disagree, and because what we say is
Oh.
objectively correct, then
Well, actually, we're undecided because Ben hasn't seen it, and we've got conflicting views, so there's no.
yeah, but you
majority.
don't know which side Ben's on, do you?
Well, but he's not seen it.
Yeah, but so really can't have an opinion.
I guess I'll just have to see it and then reveal my opinion.
Oh, stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, I said Stalker. I kind of stand by that because, like, it got a bit like boring towards the end because it was like, there was just so many long shots, which weren't like bad whatsoever. It just thought like it dragged a bit. But also I guess The Lighthouse is another one. Like it isn't the best like film I've ever seen, but like the fact it was shot on film and in black and white, and that actually adds to the aesthetic rather than like Malcolm and Marie. I really like that. And
Nice.
yeah. Okay, so next question is: are any of you single? Fortunately not. You have to fight.
I am. So
Come on.
Wow,
to
there you
the-
go.
To the
We'll have to fight over Ollie.
Go on.
Yeah.
Don't all rush at once.
are we gonna do the clickbaity thumbnail with our faces hidden?
What the soy faces, but like hidden.
Yeah. So I'll
Hell
be
yeah.
a Kangaroo Jack or whatever.
Yeah. Can just slide into his Twitter DMs that he never uses anymore.
Yeah.
As for me, I'm afraid you'll have to fight my current partner to get anywhere near me, Ariana.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool.
This one is from Lewis Gawthorne. Anonymous listener.
Yeah.
It's, what do you feel are the most overrated and underrated films?
I should have prepped for this one.
I should have
But I
prepped for this one.
I feel like all I have to do is go on the top 250 list and try and
Ooh.
find a rating that I gave fairly low.
Godfather. That's
I,
what,
see, that's something that I thought, but I want to rewatch it because thinking back, there's loads of things that I remember liking.
I wrote down some. Do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, go on.
I might offend some people with this list, but
Oh, I'm ready.
one of them is Forrest Gump. I think that's
Overrated. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I put Lion King's overrated.
What? That's just wrong.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. It's
I put
kind of
The Big Lebowski's overrated.
On a second watch, it was way better to me. I don't know why. So I recommend you watch it again.
I did watch it again actually.
No!
And
well, didn't
Wait,
you
I
watch it
found one.
1.5 times?
I found one. I remember.
I've got two more.
Oh, go on then.
The Social Network. I think
Oh,
Ben
that's
definitely agrees with that one.
definitely so.
And then
overrated.
I'm probably not the target audience for this, but I'm sorry, but I really did not like My Neighbor Totoro, and I get a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I watched it for the first time when I was 18 years old, but I think that's a bit overrated as well.
Yeah, I can't remember that one, but you should definitely check out other Studio Ghibli films. Like they are
I've
good.
seen Spirited Away, which is good.
That's good.
Howl's Moving Castle. Was
Leon.
groovy.
I think is overrated. It just, I don't know. It seemed quite weird to me, but loads of people loved it, and I'm not really sure why. There's some that I think are just like a bit overrated, but not that many. I think I remember. Yeah, Beautiful Mind I thought was a bit overrated. And,
Yeah, I can see that.
what was the one? I think Gran Torino as well. Just, I didn't really like it that much.
Hmm.
So, yeah. But I'm trying to think of things that are underrated.
For underrated, I
TBH.
just,
I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah, I
I'd
just
say.
all the
Oh,
ones I
that's-
wrote down were ones we've done on the podcast. So like,
Because we're
Uh,
objectively right.
yeah, like,
Is it when I tried to get the cheeky indie ones?
Yeah, I put down like Sorry to Bother You, The Interview, just like Kaufman in general. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely think Sorry to Bother You is a bit underrated, TBH. And then there's probably some. I think Sideways is underrated to TBH.
Lean sideways.
Yeah, which
I
I
think,
recommended before because I'm cool.
I think there's this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's a bit
Oh, yeah.
underrated.
Yeah.
I've not heard of it, so maybe I should
Yeah.
try.
I feel
I
like
would.
you should check out some films from this like indie director, Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh,
How about
Me and Earl and the Dying Girl I really liked. And that's a teeny bit underrated. TBH.
just a teeny bit?
Groovy. Right. So.
Oh, sorry, it's me.
Yeah.
What
is.
are our goals for the next 50 episodes?
Get
Well,
more
I think
listeners.
the obvious one is...
Get to 50 more episodes.
Yeah.
I was actually going to
definitely.
say record in a room together.
Yeah, that would be so good.
That's a
We've
goal.
got like 2 episodes where like it sounds good and we're in the room together, and then
Yeah.
lockdown hit again.
We could
Uh,
maybe. I know we mentioned this very early on, but we still don't have any musical things like for each segment. Maybe that could be a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was gonna look at that for maybe a few episodes time. Switch up the format.
I'd probably just read up on the process of filmmaking in general. I remember mentioning ages ago that I should learn about like what film editing actually means, but I just never did.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So criticisms are more constructive and come from a place
Maybe
of
we could
understanding rather than
have
guessing.
some. Maybe we could have some guests on for the first time since episode 2.
That would be good. Yeah.
Will
We
they
could-
end up staying on the podcast forever after 2 years?
It would be good to have
We'll
like
kick you off.
it'd be good to have people on who like know stuff about something, or even just like other podcasts on maybe, and obviously like get stuff for the submission spotlight and interview the creators. That would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of all, get to 50 subscribers or 50 listeners on podcast platforms, because then we can do the Blade Runner 2049 episode that was long lost with Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Next question. What do you think will be the future of cinema post-COVID?
I
Well,
think they will open.
yeah, I mean, I saw something recently that it's like cinemas are like rated the top thing that people miss with lockdown. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a huge demand for people to go back and like resume watching films and stuff as usual.
I think it's possible that like monthly passes to cinemas might get more popular and more affordable as, well, mainly as films actually start coming out again, but also as a kind of way to deal with streaming services. But I also think that you'll see a lot more films kind of debuting on streaming services around the same time as, or maybe a bit after, they come out in cinemas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that HBO Max thing. You know, there were lots of controversy about that with the people that had actually made the films. But I heard this thing a while ago that said there's anticipating a rise in kind of mid-budget films. So not your. I think it's summed up with Wonder Woman 1984, where I haven't seen that, so I can't speak on its quality. But I think there's a bit of maybe superhero fatigue. Like I think a lot of people obviously have missed that, and you know, a whole year without it, you know, some people will be desperate to go back and see that. But I think if you look at like I think the most popular Netflix film of 2020 was Extraction, that Russo brothers film, which was like, you know, it was quite high profile people, but it wasn't like massive budget superhero kind of stuff. So I think there might be a rise in kind of those sort of films, or maybe more indie stuff as or who knows, maybe the big companies will carry on making loads of money probably. But
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'd like to see.
I mean, I hope, although this isn't probably very realistic, I hope that there's gonna be like this trend of movies like being like paid for on streaming services you're already paying for, like Disney Plus. Like I hope that trend dies, because like it just seems really greedy and just not taking you for granted. It's if everyone ends up doing that, then there's just going to be like, it's going to cost people so much to just watch a film, and like be a bit annoying and drive more people to piracy, which we obviously don't condone whatsoever.
And also the two films that they actually did that with, like, I didn't really hear that much like hype around them or anything, or too much conversation, apart from Milan, with everyone just saying it was terrible. But the one film that they did just release for free, Soul, I did hear a lot of discussion about, and it's a really good film. So,
Yeah, because you can't really justify the fact that it's costing like how much, like 25, 30 quid, because you say that some families would, that's how much it would cost for a family ticket. Well, you can't just assume that everybody's watching it as a family. You know, obviously these are more like the children's films, most of them, but you can't do that with everything. As you were saying, it's just a bit greedy.
Cool. So, next question.
Oh, this is me. Quite a long one. It's there's a list of 10 films that this year all celebrated their 50 years since their release. So they all came out in 1971. Quick maths.
Quick maths. Everybody
So
lands on the block.
it's how many have you heard of? How many have you seen? And which is your favourite and why? So do you want me to read them out?
Yeah,
Go for it.
So we have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I've heard of and seen.
So
Same.
THX 1138.
I've heard
not,
of.
Not heard of or seen.
So
It's by George Lucas.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. I've heard of, not seen.
We've got Jewel.
no,
Not heard of that.
not heard of.
No. We got the Andromeda Strain.
It'll be Andromeda, like the
Yeah.
galaxy, probably.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, have you? I've
By
not
I've heard of it,
of
I
it.
mean I've heard the name.
Oh, it's had a remake. So there's that.
Groovy.
Yeah. A Clockwork Orange. I've seen.
Yeah, seen.
And obviously heard of. No,
Heard of
I
it.
saw it without hearing of it.
Heard of it, but I've not seen it, unfortunately.
This is so sad.
I know.
Diamonds Are Forever. Heard of, but
And seen.
don't know if I've seen it actually.
I've heard of it, but I feel like I've seen an old Bond film, but I can't remember which one.
I went through a
same.
period where I watched like 10 or 15 old Bond films in in a row, but I was like 10, so I can't remember any of them.
Yeah.
We've got The French Connection.
No, not
I've heard of it, not seen.
Dirty Harry.
Heard of it, not seen it.
No, not heard of or seen.
Not seen. We've got Shaft.
Not heard of it.
No,
Not heard of Dirty
Shaft,
Harry.
but I haven't seen it.
Oh.
not heard of Shaft either.
Didn't they
I don't
remake
think I've
that?
heard of Shaft. It looks like they remade it twice.
Yeah. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The last one is Harold and Maude.
Not heard of or
Ooh.
seen.
Have I?
I had a look at it before, and it actually looks pretty good, but
What's it
I
about?
haven't seen it. Apparently, it is this cult classic pairs a deadpan, disillusioned 20-year-old obsessed with suicide and a lovable Gordon. It's a fun-loving 80-year-old eccentric, and
Nice.
they get in a taboo romantic relationship.
I feel like someone has mentioned this to me before, but I can't be certain that I've heard of it.
Yeah.
So, answer to the question, not heard or seen of many. My favourite's A Clockwork Orange. Because it doesn't really have that much
same.
competition.
So the only
yeah.
one I've seen is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So
Watch
probably
A
that one.
Clockwork Orange now.
I've heard of most of them, which I'm proud of.
Watch
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's most. 6 is most.
Go
I'll
and
try
watch
and
it
watch
now.
it then if it becomes available on a streaming service.
Nice.
I've wanted to watch THX 1138 for a while.
Could do that on the podcast maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If it's out anywhere, because it was fairly indie at the time. I mean, I know it's George Lucas, but it's like a wacky sci-fi. When I say wacky, I mean it's a dystopian.
Groovy. Final question, unless anyone wants to type anything in the chat.
Oh, sorry, it's me. Yeah. So then, we're all grown-ups now. So, what are our views on the 18 rating of films, and when do you believe it is justified?
Oh, well, I definitely had never seen an 18 until it was my 18th birthday. 'Cause I'm a good
I watched
boy.
my first 18 1 minute after midnight on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in America the rating system is better, where it's basically like just imagine our rating system, but instead of having to be 18 to go to the cinema or and watch it, if you are under that age, then you can go if you're accompanied by an adult, which personally I think would be better, because it's kind of weird to block off whole groups of people from seeing films, if that makes sense. Like, I know
Yeah.
it's supposed to be kind of a guidance, but it would feel more like a guidance if you could still go. You just had to be accompanied by an adult, because it's not like, you know, it doesn't damage your body or anything.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense as a guidance, but like I watched like 18s when I was like 12 or 13, and like watched like 12s when I was like 8, and it's like, you know, like it isn't bad, and people can obviously deal with them in different ways. So like the only like I don't feel like it was justified just to like block it off, but as like a warning on a DVD case, I feel like it kind of makes sense. You know?
Yeah, because if you look at the approach they've taken to 12, so it's like advisory rather than mandatory. At least, obviously, it's very difficult to regulate that at home, but at the cinema, I think it kind of makes sense. Maybe for the 15, you could have some sort of like 15A, because
Yeah.
I'd say that 15, it's not like massively different from a 12 in terms of what you're allowed.
Yeah, it's just
So, but because there's nothing, you know, there's like nothing you can't really not include in an 18. I think it definitely makes sense for that to be mandatory, and at least at the cinema when, you know, you can enforce it.
groovy.
And in terms of like knowing what rating belongs to which film, I think it's, to be honest, I have no idea like how they actually decide that. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of things can kind of have the same gore, but it can be a lot worse in one film because of the way it's portrayed. Like, I think that sometimes a lot of comedies are overly penalised and get to like 18s because they've got an absurd amount of gore in them, but because of the way it's portrayed as comedic, it's kind of, it lessens the impact, whereas you can almost have less gore in another film and it be way more disturbing. So
Yeah, it's like if
I think
there's
there's an
a
interesting
load
discussion
of
about
blood,
that, but that makes
There's
it a lot more difficult to rate films, because it starts to get more subjective, and it's probably easier for them to go like, oh, it's got this, therefore it's a 15 or it's an 18 or whatever.
Yeah, like do you judge the tone or do you judge the content? Because
Yeah, because you could have like
kinda-
someone's like spurting blood like a fountain, but it's played for laughs, versus like not so much blood, but it's like a character dying in another character's arms, and for the rest of the movie they're just like traumatized. Like, there's definitely a difference in sort of maturity between that.
I also think that some ratings are like quite tentative, or they're not necessarily like, I don't think the longevity always is that great. If you look at like Alien, that's a film that, you know, it has gore and it has frightening scenes, but I don't think if that was released today it would be an 18. So I think that over time it's probably all right to like change the ratings as kind of, well, just society progresses.
Maybe like re-rates films every 25 years or something.
They sometimes do. They did it with Star Wars, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, I think at one point, because Star Wars started out as a U, and then I think it got bumped up to a 12, and then some of them went back down to a PG or something. I can't remember the exact thing, but one thing they did, they made Monty Python and the Holy Grail a 12, and it used to be a 15. That's definitely one they did. So they have changed ratings in the past.
Cool. Well, unless anyone... It looks like we've lost all of our listeners. Like, what? We just bored people talking about 18 films. We went from 3 to 0.
We need to go back to Family Guy funny moments.
We do indeed. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll pop on at the end to say goodbye. And, otherwise, enjoy the next round of funny ha-ha moments.
Auditions on radio.
Yeah. Episode 26. Upgrade. We were boring and, again, didn't have any cool moments. We're just great at this. Episode 27. The Irishman. And we were boring again. This is a pretty boring run of episodes, to be honest. Episode 28. Fantasia. We've gained another subscriber in the last 2 hours. So shout out to whoever you are. I know who you are, but I don't think I'm gonna shout you out. I don't. It says the person's name. It's not someone we know, which is cool.
Oh, yes.
So thank you for that.
Celebrating one new subscriber.
That's the entertainment
Let's
way.
jump right in.
Yeah, let's jump right in now.
We did say we'd jump right in. Let's actually jump right in.
Let's go. Let's jump right in.
So the first one is... the first
There's a
one...
lot of anticipation.
Oh, come on, let me do...
Come on, Ollie. We're not jumping right in.
The first one...
Wait, can I just say a quick... No, I'm joking.
Episode 29. Slender Man. Yeah, I just felt that was just... No, don't. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop what? Oh, yeah. You're
Yeah.
not talking to me.
Yeah,
it was...
Tom,
it
stop
was
growing
dumb.
legs.
I was like, it's just...
Episode 30. Captain Fantastic. Right.
Cool. Recommendations?
No. I hate you.
No.
I will rip out your heart and give it to my son and make him a man.
Why? What am I
Submission
Spotlight, you idiot, you moron.
I always forget.
You
You've
cretin.
been demoted to a special guest now. This is getting ridiculous.
He was already a
I'm
special
sorry,
guest.
I'm
He's just
sorry.
a guest now.
It's just a guest.
No longer special. How do you feel about that?
Kicked off.
Soon I'm going to be a trespasser. I better calm down.
You gonna stick it to the man? Episode 31. 9.
If you want to make a film, just go out and make something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, anyone can. If you've got an idea, just shoot it, get it down on paper,
Yeah.
do a few shots and put it together, and
We can
So I
talk
think
from
it's-
past experience of making films.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you two have made some hits like the Hunger Games spin-off, which I hear was received about as well as Solo, a Star Wars story.
What
Probably had
did we film that on? Was that on a phone?
No, it was on a tiny camera. It was only 720p as well. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was the cost of the.
no, like
I was like £7.20
spent
for a
that
camera.
much.
That's pretty.
£7.20p.
Oh.
No, it's more like £5. Episode 32. In the heat of the night. I think the real star of the film was Shagbag.
Do you actually see him, or do they just mention him? I can't remember.
No,
I
he's,
think-
he's there, just sat on a chair, I think.
Oh right.
Such a role.
Nice.
Episode 33. Hunger.
Ben, you can't post that in the. Sorry. You can't post that in the middle of me talking about police brutality. Come on. Ben just put in the chat Michael the Last Fassbender.
You put a joke in as well. Episode 34. Room. Thank you. That is Spanish. I do Portuguese. Obrigado. Obrigado. Thank you for watching. Obrigado
Yay.
por
There you
assistir.
go.
We're international.
Yeah.
Been doing this for like 9 months now. I've grown a
Could've had a
baby in that time.
Child at this point.
After again thinking of the exact same joke.
Yeah.
Just
So come
psychically
back
linked.
next week for 2 people saying the same joke.
Joke. Haha, funny. Episode 35. Klaus. I'm Ben.
I'm Tom.
Hello and welcome to episode 35 of Entertainment of Excellence, the podcast where we talk about films, one singular TV show, all of it. Hi, I'm Ollie. Tom, you're on a roll with remembering the submission spotlight. Well done.
I know. I was actually going to say, but then Ben went ahead and did it.
Yeah, I have to steal your thunder.
I know, because I know I have to say it every week to get my food from Ben and Ollie.
Your ration.
Yeah, otherwise I have to go hungry for a week. But
Isn't that film we
Tell
did?
the viewers.
oh,
Meant to
isn't
find out.
you're gonna say isn't that film?
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay. Recommendations. I've got one. Shall I say it?
Go
Yes.
ahead. If it's good, then
Uh,
we might give you like a few extra rations.
You
this
have
week.
permission to
Really?
speak.
Luckily, it is good. Okay. I watched
It's
The
better be, the stakes are
Departed.
high. Episode 36. Left Behind.
Oh, my parents disappeared. Time to go nick a TV.
Episode 37. Adaptation.
I know a lot of people didn't really like I'm thinking of ending things, but we did, so shut up.
We're right.
We are literally objectively correct about films. If you
Yeah.
like a film that we didn't, you're wrong. If you don't like a film that we liked, you're wrong.
If you don't like our
it's bad.
facts, don't care about your feelings. If you don't like our facts, please unsubscribe. And by that I mean don't unsubscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Episode 38. Snowpiercer.
That's deep.
That is deep for some, especially for something that's based off French material originally.
Why do you hate the French so much, Ben?
They're French. It's a joke. It's a joke. Our 3% of listeners from France. It's a joke. I love you guys. I'd say like 30 to 40% of my music taste is French people.
Cool.
Desperately trying to keep those
It'd be interesting to
3%
check
of
out,
listeners. So yeah, go and watch it now, or else bad things will happen to
now?
you. Yeah, go
Let me
now.
just quickly open
Halfway
Netflix.
through episode one right now.
Episode 39. The Truman Show. And in case I don't
Yes.
see you, alright, I see you.
Nice one, bringing it back on brand. I'm proud of you, Ben. That is,
But it should have been
I'm gonna
alright.
say,
See ya.
that is the top quote you've ever said in your entire life.
Oh,
Like,
thank
there's
you.
nowhere to go but down now.
That's good.
Well,
feel like that's where I belong.
Yeah. You're objectively wrong, basically.
Excuse me, this is 2-1, so you're objectively
Oh
wrong.
no!
And most of all, you're a special guest.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
So
I
your
thought I
opinion
wasn't a
doesn't even
special guest
count.
anymore.
Watch out, or you'll have your speaking privileges removed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Back in the basement with the cockroaches.
No.
The appeal being we're just like normal people. We're just normal people like Truman. Damn.
But true men.
We are indeed true men.
Well, Ben's only a true boy.
Oh.
So sad. One day I'll lose my first tooth.
Ben, how have you come up with 2 banger lines this episode? Crazy.
I'm just on fire. Episode 40. Sorry to bother you.
I'm Ben's Ready Salted Chris. Tom.
I'm Tom's cheese and onion nightmare.
and today we're talking about the 2018 film Sorry to Bother You. This will contain spoilers.
You think you could scrunch up your crisp packet any louder, please?
All of you know I've been muting my mic.
Oh. Not for us, though.
No, of course
Thanks for
not.
letting us go through the pain. Sorry, this whole time we've been talking with Ben like munching crisps in the background.
I'm being very professional.
Anyway, yeah, very professional. Boots Riley is crying now.
Boots Criley.
I'm sorry, Boots, who is definitely listening.
Episode 41. The Haunting of Hill House. And hence starts the next run of boring episodes. We didn't have any this episode, if you hadn't guessed already. Episode 42. We Can Be Heroes.
Holy
Language, Morris.
Wow, that's a good joke that no listeners will get, Ben.
Until we reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. So go and like and subscribe right now. Episode 43. Polar. Absolutely nothing again. This is really getting on my nerves now. Episode 44. It's a sin.
Indeed, Reno. That's a new word.
Did you just make it up?
Yeah.
Wow. Slap like, guys. You witnessed the creating of a new word.
Maybe the viewers can.
Oh.
Ooh.
If you have any form of entertainment, such as writing, music, or a short film, please do send it in via the contact form of the entertainmentofexcellence.weebly.com website, or through DMs on Twitter or Instagram, both of which are at ERV Podcast. Alternatively, even if you just leave a comment or reply to a tweet, we will see it, and we will include it in our next episode. Our submission spotlight runs for 10 minutes, and we'll give constructive criticism, and we will possibly feature you for a quick interview if you wanted to, which doesn't have to be live. It could be pre-recorded at the date of your choosing. Submit your submissions
you
now.
were reading the terms and terms and conditions on radio.
Yeah. I might just clip that and use it next time because I can't be asked saying the same thing every time. Episode 45. Us.
Has Ollie gone? Ollie? I think Ollie's being killed by his doppelganger.
Oh no. They're coming.
What time is it? It's 11:11 if you change the numbers on the clock.
And 11 seconds too.
Oh no, is this Ollie's doppelganger come to replace him?
Oh no.
It is. Oh no! Guys, run away!
I thought one of you was going to do it. Okay, we're doing tag.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tig,
So-
you're it.
No, you're it. Because I just tagged you back.
No, you're it.
Ooh.
2017.
No, you're it
No
2019.
No, you're it.
The like original.
19.
We know what you mean.
1990.
Well, you're it's the book.
Well, you're it 1927.
Oh.
Oh. Bet you weren't expecting that one.
No.
Pulling out the 1927 it. No coming back from that.
Alright. You're it's doppelganger.
Oh!
Get wrecked.
Right, that's it. I'm dead now.
Anyway, your 1927 movie is almost as good as Joker from 1991. So,
I forgot about that.
before we, like...
What have you put in episode 45, chat?
That's it's it 1927.
Nice. Okay. We need to do that at some point. A sales girl with plenty of brackets sex appeal pursues a handsome playboy.
Yeah, that's it 1927.
Nice.
And also 2017 if you think about it.
True.
Cool. Smash
Okay.
like and subscribe if you want to see us doing it from 1927.
Smash it. Break your computers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Throw them to the floor.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's hang up. We are on. Not hang
This
up.
is a disaster.
You can tell I'm quite tired. Yeah, we are on Instagram and Twitter at ELV Podcast, both of which we never post on, but we'd like you to follow anyway. We also have a mailing list, which we never update, on our website, which we never update. Which is entertainmentsofexcellence.weebly.com. So you can go there and subscribe in the off chance that we ever update it. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you'll tune in next week to watch us do it from 1927.
Oh, we're doing tag. Okay.
Yes, I know. We're doing tag. Right.
All right. See ya.
Episode 46. Tag. I don't know. Was the Truman Show very?
I think the Truman Show was absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was
I know.
partially the Truman Show. Yeah.
I think it was slightly.
Slightly. Okay.
If you've just, if anyone's just listening, they'll have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, if the 0 viewers watching currently and the 9 listeners who'll end up listening to at least 30 seconds of this podcast are listening to this section right now, you can... Oh, crap. Felt like I needed to sneeze, but I didn't. Submission Spotlight. Oh, we have a viewer. Hello. So the Submission Spotlight section. Episode 47. Malcolm and Marie. I've forgotten the character's name. I'll just call him...
What?
What?
Is that a joke? I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm not?
They call Malcolm and Marie.
Oh. Shush, I'm quite tired.
Their names are in the title.
Shush, I never said anything. This is a train wreck of an episode. Okay, so Malcolm, right. If I play my girlfriend who is mad at me a song that's about being sorry, then all will be forgiven. Alexa, play Justin Bieber Sorry. You are intolerable, both of you. Even Ollie, who's mainly agreed with my points.
Thank you.
This whole time, I saw Sam Levinson in a heart-shaped bathtub. I've got pictures.
Episode 48. Howard the Duck. Honestly, there's too much to count for this one episode. I think it's better to just skip. Although a little point of notice that might be cool, Ben's IMDb submissions are now live on IMDb. So go into the Parents Guide, look under Sex and Nudity, and yeah. Episode 49. Gone Girl. He rated it 9 out of 10, thought it was a great movie. Unfortunately, it was the final nail in the coffin for him and his wife's divorce. I don't
Maybe.
know how that works logistically. Like, was he just sat there watching it with his wife and he's just like, oh, that seems familiar. Right, I'm getting the papers tomorrow.
No, maybe what happened was she was sat there watching it seriously the whole time, and then he was, laughing because it's a hilarious film, and then she was like, "What this is not a comedy, and he was like, "Are you kidding me? This is clearly designed to be funny." And then
Are you kidding me?
that was just
Gaslighting? That's hilarious. Okay,
Well,
I feel.
at least I get my rations.
Yes. Well, you get one ration.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of yourself there.
Yeah.
We're just like keeping Tom trapped in the same way that Amy keeps Nick trapped in the film. He can't leave.
I'm codependent, or whatever it is called.
Yeah. We have his baby.
You do. Ha ha ha. Funny stuff.
Indeed.
Wouldn't you
it
agree?
was many ha.
Ollie appears to have died, so...
What?
Oh,
Oh no! Wait, was I supposed to wrap this up? Who was supposed to wrap it up?
Oh,
Ben
well,
just...
well, first of all,
But it's
I
like,
was-
I'll give you a countdown.
Yeah, for what?
well, first of all, yeah. First of all, I was gonna read the WhatsApp chat we had earlier while I was editing the thing, as the episode 50
Oh,
blue.
this is like the
Alright.
poem to close off the episode.
I might
so-
get emotional during this.
Okay.
I'm gonna start crying.
Okay, you ready?
No, I need to find it.
Ben
Oh,
says.
is this a
Alright,
is this a table reading or is this just
it?
Ben?
I don't know.
Wait, can you two get it up? Then we'll do a
I've
table.
got it.
read.
Yeah, I've got. Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is table reading.
All right, you ready? I think a top 50 moments would have been a lot funnier. TBH. Like, the stuff is funny, but there's just so much. Anyway, I've done up to episode 30 now. 31 to 36, done. Second half is 6:30.
What do you mean?
The second half is currently 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
The second half of what?
The funny moments. The thing
Is
we've
it
been
episodes
doing.
25 to 36?
Yeah.
Groovy.
What funny moments?
You wanted to do half the stuff at 25 because that's when we did the Q&A, then the other half after. Oh, what funny moments? Oh, the ones from the podcast.
What podcast?
I think Ollie was joking, lol. Wait, was Ben too? Oh no.
What podcast? The one we've been doing for 3 years.
There's too many layers of irony.
What's
irony?
WTF.
Sorry. Whose irony?
The doppelgangers have already taken over.
Let's read this out on air as an episode 50 haha.
Wait, is this... We're just gonna do this for the whole time?
Indeed.
What time will you be ready, Ben?
No,
One second, let me just scroll to the top of the chat to see when we first started messaging.
Yeah, okay. So, well, thank
The
you for
best line of
listening.
the movie so far is Big Brewski. Ooh.
Big Brewski. Oh,
Wow.
that's
50
Howard the
episodes.
Duck.
That is Howard the Duck.
Yeah, anyway, shut up. 50 episodes, that is cool. That is
Nice.
cool, that is an achievement.
More than 4.
It is more than 4. It is also less than 3, so we've still got a goal.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for listening, especially if you've been listening for 50 episodes. Or I'll guess, like, maybe 46 episodes because the first 4 don't count. Thank you very much
Unless
for
you're a
listening.
real fan.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a real fan like Lewis G. Lewis, please send us an email. We love you. Please come back.
I was just gonna make the same joke. Damn.
Damn, it's another instance of the Ben and Tom psychic connection.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening. We do have a submission spotlight thing that we run, but like, you know, no one ever sends anything in, so we're just a bit like, alright, we'll probably go and search for some stuff ourselves. If you want to know more details about it, you can rewind to my epic ad read in episode 44. So, yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Here's to another 25 episodes and hopefully another 50. When we get to 50 subscribers or listeners on podcast platforms, we'll do Blade Runner 2049, the long lost episode. And if we get to 100, we'll do the films that Ollie and I made when we were younger. And
Whoa.
one last thing before we sign off. In episode 28, we say, is it episode 28? I can't remember which one it was, but it's one episode. We say that when we get to our 50th episode, we'll unleash our Alright See Ya merch. So, if you want, yeah. If you want the Alright See Ya merch, say yes in the chat. Contact us, and yeah. Thank you very much for listening. One final Alright See Ya.
Well, it's not a final one.
Yeah, no.
For now, I'm just saying
We're
that
not
after,
disappearing.
we've had like 8 Alright See Ya's in the
Okay,
the
until
montage.
next week, when we do the game.
The game. That is a game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're playing the game next week.
We're playing professional TIG. And before we get into wrapped up in that again, Alright See Ya.
Alright,
All right, see ya.